What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be breaking down the E-mini futures contract. Once again, going to be breaking it down from the top down this time, going with the monthly, weekly, into the daily, down into the 30-minute time frame, which I primarily trade off of. Uh, Not a lot of action today, as it was slightly choppy, one of the smallest ranges of the year, as we approached a very difficult area, the 4,200 level, which is an area everyone and their mama is looking at. But before we get into the nitty gritty and before we start looking at everything, if you guys do not mind, please leave a like down below, comment something if you are here. Just let me know, holler at me, let me know, hey, I'm here, roll call. It helps me understand that you guys are enjoying the videos, or at least giving some type of viewing, as I do this just as a journey and journal of my journey, learning the markets. So every day is new. Every day is something different. So if you guys don't mind, leave that like, subscribe if you're new. All right, let's get into it. So looking at the monthly time frame, right now we are in a 5-month balance. Okay, 5-month balance, and we have been approaching this very visual area up here at the 4,200 level, which was also February's high at 4208.50. That is our balance high. All right, so let's make this more dramatic, zoom it in more. As you can see, we are approaching that level. Balance rules apply whenever you are in a balanced market. So whenever you get near a balance high, you look to see if you can push through it with good volume and get above it and find acceptance above it. Otherwise, you get through it a little bit and then just stretch the balance and then come back in. Or you get up near it and then roll over. Right now, buyers are in control. They are holding things pretty steady so far, and I'll show you that on the weekly and the daily what I'm talking about. But right now we are approaching that level, and we are finding such a difficult time trying to get through it with any conviction. So 5-month balance, we are trying to find acceptance above this 4141 level to 4200 level. We get above that 4208 to 4208.50. There is a lot of room to stretch the legs to the upside for the bulls, where we have my monthly extreme monthly balance high at 4327.50. We get up to that. That is another kind of a key area that I'll be paying attention to if we get near that. But first, we got to find acceptance over the 4200 level. If we cannot, you may see this market roll over and continue to consolidate on a monthly basis. So monthly, still in a balance. We are still just kind of chopping around here, approaching the top of the balance, attempting to push through. Now let's look at our weekly. I'm gonna keep our monthly balance in screen here. Let's go ahead and look at our weekly balance. Weekly balance. We are, you can see, pushing up right against that. However, the weekly is one time framing up, meaning we are still taking out previous weekly highs, right? So this week took out this week's high, and we took out last week's high. So far, but not a whole lot. All right, we got just barely above it and then came back in. So got to keep your eye on that level. Last week's high, that 4189 level. Want to see us hold above that 4189 level. Try to get back above it. Push through this 4200 level. As you can see, we are struggling on the weekly to get through this level. However, we are one time framing up 4 weeks in a row now. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, taking out weekly highs, setting higher highs and higher lows on the weekly time frame. That is, something not to forget, right? Market is trying to go up. That's exactly what is happening right now. Market is trying to go up. So that's what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and look at our daily time frame. Daily time frame, same process. In yesterday's video, I was talking about how the daily looked like a bit of a inverse head and shoulders, and what we wanted to see was push through this high here of 4208.50. The daily is looking strong. Since we came out of that daily balance a few days ago, we have been one time framing up 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row now. We've been one time framing up in a very weak sense, in my opinion, because we have not gotten a whole lot of volume to increase to the upside, as it is currently just short-term traders and algorithms stepping in the market, right? We don't really have any long-term, no big money in this market right now. Otherwise, we'd see volume increase, kind of like we did here, right? So right now, it's tough to say we're going to, we have conviction to the upside. Once we get above that 4,200 level and hold above it with acceptance and good volume, I think this market could really go to the upside. The market is trying to go up, but right now it is running into that really heavy resistance, which is kind of slowing us down. We're kind of getting stuck in the mud a little bit here. All right. So daily still one time framing up since we came out of this balance, right? Came out of it on this day here and then continue to one time frame up. 1, 2, 4 days. 4 days, one time framing up, right? You have the 20-day moving average curling up. It has now passed through the 50-day moving average. The next thing you want to see is us get above that 4,200 level and have the rest of these indices curl up as well. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and get into our 30-minute time frame, which is what I primarily trade off of. Let's zoom it out a little bit. So as you can see here, we've been kind of trending up in a week since as far as market generated information goes. Excuse me. Thought I had this clicked. As far as market generated information goes, we've been one time framing up, but in a week since because we've had poor structure everywhere and we have not held trend in either direction. We had a really strong trend day on this day, only to take it back with a trend day on this day, and then to take it back on this day, and then only to gap today higher with higher value, gapping higher above the previous day's high, coming out of an inside day to the upside and failing miserably. I mean, that short-term emotional traders is what we are trading against right now. It is a very difficult market to trade in. If you got to take what you can get, have your setups that you trade and stick to them. Today I did really well. Made out on about 37 points on the day. 37 points on the day is a solid payday, right? Cannot complain about collecting 37 points on a small range like this and a very choppy session. We did open up with a gap to the upside, right? Opened up with a gap to the upside and then filled that gap on a push down in A, and then had a highest accepted price in B period, which is where A period closed, B period opens up, and then rolls over. Let me get these destinations pulled up so you know what I'm talking about. Zoom this bad boy in a little bit more. Get serious here, you know what I'm saying? Get serious. So could this constitute as a look above and fell as we do? It could, right? We got above the previous day's high and another high of the inside day, and then failed by coming in, filling the gap, having excess above that day's high by just, literally A period was the only time frame to peak above that inside day and then roll over. So we peaked above 41.89 for just a split second, only to come in and then open up with the highest accepted price in B period, which is when A period closed, B period opened up, and then shot straight down, right? So B period opened up at 41.8425, got up to 41.8450, so one tick, and then shot straight down, filling the gap, coming in and testing that price probe. And we did a lot of business where I said the line in the sand was right here at A and B's high. We pushed down there in C, D, and E period, attempted to push below that area where I had that line in the sand, right? We attempted to push, that was where change took place, was above that price point. And we couldn't really push any lower. The market was attempting to push lower and could not. So failed miserably on a trend day down. It's in C, D, and E. We did have a set of single prints in B period, only to get taken back slowly late in the day through periods F through K period, where we left one tick of single prints, only to roll over, have a reversal bar for a potential afternoon pullback low, where we bounced near the lows at value low, at previous day's value high, and then rotated up for M to fill that set of single prints late in the day. Very emotional trading. Choppy day. We go out with a bit of a B shape. Only a few destinations. We have a 10Y point of control. That's where 10 of the 13 time frames, right? A through M, there's 13 time frames. 10 of those 13 time frames traded back and forth through 41.75.25. So we have a 10Y point of control that I will mark carrying forward. The only trade that I took today was in G period. Once we popped F's high, or actually we were near F's high around 41.78 and 41.80 level, I took an 8 lot and had offers up above at 41.82.25 where the single prints filled, and 41.81 where I had my stop up here at 41.84.50. So I was selling this market on this push up, and let me get rid of these destinations right quick. Get rid of this. So I was selling this market on the push up because we had single prints at the time, right? So single prints, that's just an area where only one time frame went through that price point, right? So if you look here at the right side of my screen, because it's the only way I can really show it to you, is A period, B period, right? B took out A's low, and then from B all the way down to B's low at 41.70 was a set of single prints. And then C period opens up, and then we have the price trade back and forth between 41.70 and 41.75. Now notice how there's kind of a gap here. That's all single prints are, is an intraday gap. So whenever we pushed up into it, I was shorting against that intraday gap, and had my stop above B's high because it was the highest accepted price. So sellers had a lot in their corner. They had one time framing down. They had the overnight low. They had the initial balance low, which is B's low, right? C took that out. One time framing down. They had filled the gap. They had a lot in their corner, whereas buyers only had value. That was it. Value was higher, and that was the only thing that they had in their corner. So I was comfortable on the push up to take the short. So right here near half back, which was 41.80 to 41.79. It obviously changed a little bit going into the close, but half back is where this blue dashed line is that you see. That's halfway point of the range. So I was shorting against a very visual area, had an 8 lot on, was willing to get up to a 20 lot. Had we filled the set of single prints, obviously my out was 84.50 or above that, so I had my stop in place. I was very comfortable. And the goal was to get back down to D's high, which at the time was where point of control was. So point of control was at D's high at 41.73.25. And as we rolled in G period, after taking out F's high and not really getting much more into that set of single prints, we rolled over and I took off my trade, I believe, just before we got to the point of control. I took it off right at actually no, we'd gotten point of control, and then we popped up a little bit, and I took it off right around 41.74. So I got out of that trade pretty good time, and I could have taken that same trade several times, as each push up was a sell to the downside, especially in K period when we could not fill that set of single prints. And obviously using B's high as your out was the play. So sellers during the intraday had control of this market. However, in the bigger picture, the market is trying to go up, and buyers have to be happy with what they've done. They took a day that was really crap to the downside. It could have ended up taking out yesterday's low and had an outside day down, but we did not. They controlled this market, bought it back up as shorts got out of their positions, and we closed near the midpoint of the day. So let's go ahead and mark our destinations here. We have today's high at 94.75. 94.75. Also, it is Taco Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not go out and get yourself some tacos on Taco Tuesday, I'm going to come find you and I'm going to fight you because you didn't get tacos on Taco Tuesday. So go get a taco. Relax, go get a taco. High of day 41.94.75. Now we have a highest accepted price here at B's high at 84.50. 84.50. So what sellers want to do is see us stay below this highest accepted price tomorrow. If we open up tomorrow below this highest accepted price, likely chance that we take out the day's low. If we cannot take out the day's low, then we'll get back above this highest accepted price. But I will be shorting below this 41.80. As long as we're below 41.84.50, I will be shorting this market. Now, if we get above that, then shorts go out the window and we'll have to reassess and see what the market is trying to do. Obviously, in the bigger picture, it is trying to go up. So don't want to fight what the current is doing. All right, now we have a 10-wide point of control. It will act as a magnet in tomorrow's session. So 25, 75, 25 is the point of control. 10-wide point of control. And all this is an area where, I guess I'm not typing, is an area where buyers and sellers were happy doing business. So we kept revisiting this area, right? Kept revisiting this area. 10 wide puck. Okay, and then we have the days. Oh, actually, do we mark K's low as an afternoon pullback low? You know what? We will mark K's low as an afternoon pullback low because we pushed down and then bounced rather aggressively off that level. So afternoon pullback low is what we'll label K's low. So that'll kind of be a line in the sand for tomorrow, kind of like the highest accepted price is. And I'll kind of give you guys some scenarios for tomorrow's open. And now in yesterday's video, I said that if we came out of this inside day to the upside, we would need to monitor the day, see how we came out of the day to the upside. If we did, monitor it for continuation. And then today we did not get that continuation, right? So you wanted to go with it and monitor it for continuation. We didn't go with it, and there was no continuation, so there was no reason to be a buyer above that 41.89 level. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I did warn you in yesterday's video, if you bought this market, to not buy the market if we cannot have continuation. All right, so low of day. All right, here. Oh, did not mark 50. I hate when it does that. All right, so if we open up below the highest accepted price tomorrow at 41.84.50, and below and above the 10-wide point of control, can't take out that highest accepted price at 41.84.50, you will rotate down lower and trade at the 41.75.25 level. And then below that, you will get 41.68.75, and then below that is the day's low at 41.64.50. If we open up above the highest accepted price tomorrow, then obviously there is no more highest accepted price. That is not a line in the sand anymore. That will go away. So if we open above 41.84.50 and cannot take out the day's high at 41.94.75, you will look to rotate down to 41.75.25. Okay. So if you open up here, can't take out the day's high, you will rotate down to here because it will act as a magnet. Same thing for the downside, right? If we open up near the lows here at the low day at 41.64.50, cannot take it out. There obviously is no longer an afternoon pullback low, but you will look to rotate up to 41.75.25, and then through that, the highest accepted price at 41.84.50. So wear your hard hats, use stops, trade one trade at a time. Don't try to make any money back. Be nimble in this market. It is a tough market. Paul, my mentor, he's been having a hard couple of days trading this market, as a lot of people have been. But that just goes to show you somebody who's been in the market, 40 plus years, who is a professional in this field, can also struggle. So don't hinder yourself whenever you are having a bad day. Everyone is from time to time. Just how you handle that and learn from it, right? You never take a loss. You only win or you learn, right? You never lose. You can only learn from your mistakes. Be the person that learns from your mistakes and move on to do better. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.